Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have been away a while, so long time no see. I do want to get started with doing just a get ready with me because I have to do that anyway. And I figured I would just give you an update on what's been going on and then we'll kind of go from there. So, first things first, I'm going to try out some new products today too, and I just realized my nose is like hurting. I just washed my face to be like up to date and stuff before we start, but I'm like kind of regretting that now. Okay, but that's beside the point. So first thing we're going to start off with is this Revlon Photo Ready Instafilter. So I just got this. I just kind of experimented with it the other day. I'm hoping it's gonna work because the last time it was like not cranking any product through. And then I was able to get it to work. So I'm hoping today on camera it would work because that would be really helpful. So anyway, so life update. Basically I've been away because of the fact that, you know, just life. I feel like 2019 wasn't like really a great year for me. I don't know if I said that in other videos, but I feel like whatever I tried to do, like the opposite thing would happen or something I didn't anticipate happening was happening. So, oh no. Okay. 2020, you're doing the same thing to me. Anyway, so like, finally just squirted out everywhere. Okay, so Revlon, you might need to fix that design because that's, I mean, I like the sponge on the end, don't get me wrong, but I mean, you shouldn't have it squirt out everywhere like that. Anyway, so yeah, just, I feel like everything I tried to do, it like, the opposite thing would happen. I feel like I got some things accomplished, which was good, but it's just not how I anticipated it, you know? And this year was the first year I did a vision board too, and I'm gonna be doing a video about like the update on the vision board, but I don't know. I just feel like I was really trying on some things, and like, I mean, just things were unexpected, I guess you could say. I don't know. And then the very last day of the month, I found out that my husband was let go of from his job. So that's like, you know, like kind of the final kick in the teeth for this year, or for that year, you know. This is looking real white, y'all. Like, I'm looking at this now and I'm like, I don't know if let me see if I can fix this, because I am really white and I bought like the whitest shade because I wanted it to match, but at the same time I'm like, I don't want to look like a ghost either and I have to go out later. So I mean, it's going on pretty well. It's kind of nice that it has the sponges on the applicator here. I don't know sanitary wise how sanitary that is, because like I feel like bacteria could just get like in that little hole and contaminate the product, but I mean, who am I? You know, but, and it's got an interesting smell too. Like, I don't know, it doesn't smell like foundation, it smells like something else. I'm not really sure, like something medicated. Anyway, I feel like this is not looking snatched at all. I've got other products to see if I can help. Okay, here we go. Like, I was cranky on this for so long. You can see the products coming out now. But, like, I cranked on that thing for so long and nothing was coming out. At least now it's working. But, I mean, it's kind of nice that it's not, you know, jumping out automatically. But at the same time, I feel like this is not as good as my normal application here. And I don't know if it's because it's a different sponge or I suck at this or like the product itself is just, I mean, look how patchy this looks. Guys, I look a mess. Freaking A. Like, so maybe 2009 and 2020 is not starting out great either. I don't know. But anyway, so he was let go of his job. That's a whole, we were talking about that before I got distracted by the terrible foundation. So I'm trying to look at the positive of it. Like, it sucks because it'll be like one income. It'll just be me, supporting us. So that's like not the best news ever. You know, and definitely be watching out for those budget videos because I'll be making a lot of those. But the other thing is he has been trying to like do a business, so I'm hoping that this will help him with that. So I'm trying to look at the positive of that, because at least maybe he can focus on his business and get it up and running. Maybe that's the positive to the story. But I don't know. It's like, it just is a low blow, you know? So that's the last little kick in the pants of the year. I don't know. There was just so many things that happened. It was like I got frauded 3 times in 1 year from the same bank and on my like major accounts. So it was like I had to start counts over again. We're starting out with a whole different bank because I was like, I can't even trust this bank anymore because obviously I've given you too many chances as it is, and nothing has happened correctly and nothing has been done to like protect my money. So I had to do that. So that was fun. That was like additional little stresses in my day, you know, just restarting a whole new bank account. So over and over again. And you know, it's like you have all these things set up and then you have to reset them up. It's just a pain. Like you don't realize how much it's a pain. Or if you have bill pay coming out and then you're like, oh, well, that was part of the same story. Anyway, but you have bill pays coming out and then you're like, oh my gosh, like all these bills are going to be taken out of this account that is no longer active now because it's frozen and people were frauding me and it's like a whole thing. So anyway, we got it straightened out, which is good. And we started with a new bank. I'm just starting out clean this year on a different front because I feel like, obviously, I'm looking behind you guys, by the way. I feel like that bank just did not take our complaint that serious, you know, like, I mean, to them, it was like, oh, who cares that they stole like thousands of dollars from you? Like, whatever. I'm like, I don't have so much money, you know what I mean? Like, thousands of dollars is a lot, like, to the average person, you know? Like, that's bill money. I need that money. So I was pretty frustrated with that and like the response on it. So I just gave up and started over with a new bank. Luckily. And luckily we've been good so far. A few months in, nothing new has happened. So, anyway, so that's kind of where we are with that. And then, like, it's like that trip we took at the beginning of the year. That should have been a sign of the whole year, I feel like. Because it was like, we're going to take this fun trip and just have a great time. And then, if you guys saw the video, it was not a fun time. It was a horrible time. So, I was like, just don't recommend that. Oh my gosh, I look so terrible, you guys. Like, I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is like poor quality work here. I'm putting some powder on right now, but I'm kind of like, should I just start over? Because this foundation is not it. Like, it doesn't cover up a lot. Like, see all this redness right here? And like up here, it's super patchy. It makes my, I mean, I'm looking behind you guys too, but it like makes my skin look super like dry. Oh my God, okay. Well, this was a try on video too, so, I don't know, like, and then, you know, work's been really busy and I've been working overtime and stuff like that, and that was like even before I knew that we were gonna be broke, so I mean, I guess it's good that I had the inkling to do that, or, you know, to be at work so long every day, so I'm just looking for stuff as we're talking, so I don't know. But, you know, I did all the budgeting, which is good, like, as soon as this happened, just to see where we were, and I looked, and, like, we can technically make it on our, you know, with just one income. It's not gonna be comfortable or fun or anything. Like, we'll definitely be turning down stuff, and definitely not doing things like we would normally do, and I'll have to be more closely watching the money. Which, I mean, you should always watch your money, I'm not saying that, but it's just that, you know, when you're not super strapped, it's kind of nice that you can just be like, okay, yeah, you know, yeah, we can do that and it's not a hassle or whatever. But then when, you know, you're broke, you're like, okay, everything is a hassle. I don't know where my eyebrow thing is. It was a bad time to do this on camera. But I'm like, I really should fix my brows. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something unheard of. I'm just going to put the makeup on them and brush them the best I can, and then I will find the trimmer later and then figure it out. Anyway, but so that's that with that. I don't know. I'm happy that he's going to be able to get his business done, and he was really miserable at his last job. Like, just horrifically miserable. I was happy that we were getting money and stuff. Like, obviously, that he had a job and, you know, because he hadn't had one in a while, so it was great. But at the same time, I'm like, well, he was really miserable. Like, he really hated it. So I mean, it's kind of nice to not have him be like, I'm miserable and like be in a bad mood every day because he's going to such a miserable place. So I'm trying to look at the perspective, like mental health wise, it's better for him. You know, I mean, I would hope that if I were suffering, he wouldn't want me to keep going to like the same place, you know? He would just tell me to leave and do what I gotta do. So, anyway, he's a photographer. That's the business he's trying to start. And he's gotten like 2 gigs so far, but we're hoping that he could get more, obviously. And we're looking into getting a business license and doing all the things that like you need to do and get a good business name. He was using like his name, but we've noticed a lot of photographers use their name, so we're trying to like maybe step outside of the box a little bit and come up with like something a little different. So we're doing that. And I should say he is doing that. I'm trying to help, of course, like, you know, if I can come up with anything creative to help. So that's that. Otherwise, things are pretty boring. Otherwise, it's just the money situation that's stressing me out. And like, oh yeah, and then I had a lot of health stuff going on last year too. So it's just, yeah, that's why I've been gone. I'm like, every day I would think like I should do a video or like I should work on that because like I really enjoy it and it gives me like some creative outlet and it makes me feel better. But then I just didn't feel good. You know, it's like all year I just felt not great. I didn't feel great about myself. Like I've gained a lot of weight and I don't know. I just felt really down, you know, and like you try to do as much as you can, but at the same time when you're like just not feeling your best and you're not feel like you're bringing it anymore, it's just really sucky. So that's why this year's more like, I feel like a self-improvement, you know, I'm going to focus a lot on that. I feel like normally we take a lot of trips and do stuff like that, and I love that aspect of it, but I don't feel good internally, that's not going to help, you know? So that's going to be the goal for this year. I'm also looking behind you guys. I'm trying to fix this makeup. Like, I feel like it doesn't look terrible on camera, I don't feel like, but like up here, it's really patchy and like in here. So I don't know if I should just put more concealer in to like kind of fill in these spots. This concealer is pretty light though. This concealer, I just got it. It's the Covergirl Trublend Undercover. I heard this was good. I got it because I was like, you know, my concealer had just run out and I'm willing to try new things kind of thing. So I'm hoping this helps my situation right now. Ooh, this is powder. I feel like I need like a good concealer brush, but I don't think I have one. So we're gonna soil this brush here. My nose is always red and patchy, so that's where I get most of my like dry skin and the rosacea stuff. So I'm trying to just fix this area as much as possible and then re-put some more. There we go. I feel like that's helping a little bit. I might need to powder it, but maybe just helping with the patchy spots, because I feel like that foundation's not it. I was trying to find something that's a little bit faster and not so awful. I feel like liquid foundation, it just takes a while for me, and like I was trying to find something like a quick thing, but I don't think that either of those are working like that. Anyway, but yeah, so you guys will be seeing a lot of budget content coming up because I'm going to be like, oh yeah, so now that I'm broke, I'm doing more budget videos. Not that I stopped a bunch, but I was like, I feel like I had said everything I need to say, and I feel like I do the same stuff all the time, but there's going to be some updates to it and like where I'm trying to cut back and stuff. I feel like just want to improve in general this year. Feel better about myself, work on my health. He's gonna be working on his business, trying to get that up and running. So I'm not really, people are like, oh, are you pushing him on getting a job and stuff? And I haven't really yet. I mean, obviously if it gets to a point where like his business isn't taking off and we're like destitute, then yeah, I'm going to be pushing him harder on his business. I mean, not his business stuff, but like pushing him harder to get a job. But I really want his business to be successful, and I know that's what he really wants to do. So I'm trying to be supportive, you know. And because if I wanted to do something as a business, then I would hope he would be supportive as well and try to help me and not be like, you know, rude about it. Like, just hurry up and get a job. Who cares about your life or your dreams or anything, you know? So I don't think that helped, y'all. Did that just make me more dry and scaly? I don't know. I feel like this stuff, I got it pretty white because like I bought it online too. That's the other thing. So like, you know, you don't know how white it's gonna come out. Like you have an inkling, but I'm just putting this, this is the Color Icon bronzer in Reserve Your Cabana. I could barely find this anymore. It's like one of my favorites to just put on my face because it's like pretty much the color of my skin, like a little bit more yellow, but that's about it. Okay, so I've got brows. I've got a sad coating of foundation and concealer. I'm gonna do a little bit of this highlighting powder. It's the Illuminating palette by Wet n Wild. So I'm gonna put some of that on. And that's gonna give me a little bit of shine to my face because I put a lot of matte product on. And a little bit of luminosity here. Oops. Well, this doesn't even have makeup. Like, what the heck? Like, how do you... Like, that doesn't even look like it put anything over there. Oh my gosh, okay. This makeup video is not going well, y'all. I feel like the hole also kind of... Like, I know it's there for a reason, because the makeup product has to go through there, but... Like, if you're patting it on your face, it's like... It makes little holy patterns. So... I just don't feel like this is it. I mean, maybe this works for other people, but... I'm gonna get in here with the beauty blender right after. I feel like it's just, it doesn't spread well or something. I don't know. Okay, so I'm getting in here with my palette. I don't know. Tell me in the comments how you guys have been feeling this, you know, this last year. If, like, you feel like it was a good year, like, you know, what's your plans for this year? That sort of thing. Just sound off. I feel like I just have a lot of goals this year, and one of them is just feeling better in general. That is, like, goal number one. And then that way, I feel like everything else kind of falls in place when you feel good. Like, if you are dragging, then just everything else is hard, you know? But we're going to try to fix that this year. Be better. So far, like I've complained multiple times, the Revlon product I'm not fond of. I like the design, but like I feel like the foundation itself's not that great. I feel like I almost want to just stick with my the Maybelline Fit Me. I feel like that works the best for me, other than the Wet n Wild. The Photo Ready is really good with theirs, or the Photo Focus. That one's really good. So I think I might just stick with those ones. I feel like it's more user-friendly too. I mean, I shouldn't say user-friendly because this one seemed like it should be really good, but it just isn't it. This stuff, as you can see, I'm just literally putting it all over my face. I just love it so much. Like, I feel like once it absorbs and it mixes with your natural oils a little bit, it just makes you a little dewy, not like ridiculous, but it just gives you a little like health to your face, which I need because my skin is super dry. Okay. Okay, so let's get in here with some eyeshadow. I'm gonna get my eyeshadow primer. It's the Sigma eyeshadow base primer in this little stick here. I'm gonna get in here and get me a base going. I'm almost kind of worried about doing a dark shadow with this super light makeup. Like, this makeup looks way too light for me. I mean, it might be just my skin tone, but I don't like my skin. Like, I don't like how light I am, so maybe, and you know, it's like hard. I shouldn't say I don't like how light I am. I don't care that I'm pasty. That part is like not that caring about. It's the redness. Like, if you have a lot of patchy red stuff, if you're trying to put a really white foundation on that matches your skin, I feel like it doesn't cover it very well. So then you're kind of stuck, like using something darker, but you don't want to obviously use something super dark because then it's not your skin tone and looks crazy. But there's just no happy medium, you know? I feel like this isn't the best I've ever looked, but I'm making it work. Okay, so, but I feel like the illuminating powder did help a little bit, make it look a little bit less, you know, just dry, I guess. So I got this palette, Wet n Wild eyeshadow quad. It's called Bed of Roses. I am going to see about using, I don't want to use anything too dark. These are so dark. Like, maybe I'll just go ahead and go in with this one first, the kind of medium one. Let me just clean this off a little bit. And then I'll just do the lighter one over it. I'm just going to try to keep it simple. Like more of like a halo sort of situation. I've only used this just a little bit, like mainly just the light shade, so I'm gonna see what this other shade looks like. I feel like this is gonna be plenty dark too, to help here. Takes me forever. I mean, I've been wanting so badly to have like a routine that's short, because I feel like back in the day I could do my makeup really fast, but you didn't do as many steps back in the day. I don't know if anybody else didn't do any steps back in the day. I just did basics, you know. I didn't do a lot of concealer unless I had like a zit or something. I just put my foundation on, did some powder, and back in the day they had Wet n Wild used to sell it. If they ever, I don't know if I could use it now because my skin's a different type, but it was the best. It was like one of those powder foundations. It was like called Ultimate Minerals. It was so good. It was like the best mineral foundation for a cheap price. And they just stopped selling it. I don't know if I was the only one buying it, but it made my makeup so quick because I was just like, just powder everywhere. And I looked pretty good. Like, I didn't have to try that hard. I mean, it was so good. Especially like on a work day and you're just like, I just need a little color in my face. I don't want to look like a freak. Just trying to do some basic stuff. It was great. And they just stopped selling it. It's kind of like this Color Icon bronzer that the shade I use, the Reserve Your Cabana, it's getting really hard to find. And I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because the Reserve Your Cabana one, it is so light. I mean, look at this. Like, who is this a bronzer for? Only me. Like, literally, nobody could use this as a color for bronzer, but it's like amazing for a pressed powder. But then they did, like, it's just getting really hard to find. So it's kind of ridiculous because I really like it. So you can see here I'm just kind of doing a little, you know, going over the crease, kind of going a little everywhere. I'm filling in a little bit just so hopefully it blends a little better. And then I'm going to go in the inner part there with the center lid with the lighter shade. I might have to put, I'm hoping I don't have to put any concealer there, but I think I'm going to have to. So let me do that right now. Let me add a little bit of primer. And then see up here, it's kind of, You know what I should do? Let me get my other brush out. I've got another one that's a little floofier. this year, I do hope to be better about posting videos and stuff, so I really want to be more regular about that, because I mean, literally, I really enjoy doing this. Like, it's kind of weird. It's like I just started as a hobby, like, you know, let's just make some videos, but I like the creative aspect of it, like getting in there to edit the videos and like, just, you know, I'm trying to be proud of them, and I try to work hard on them, so I want it to be good, you know? And I feel like the fact that I haven't been doing it, I've just been really annoyed by it. Like, this is something you could do to make you feel better, but you're too tired or you just don't feel like doing it, you know? So I want to get better about that. I wrote down all my ideas. One thing I started this year, which I kind of did a little bit in the beginning when I first started my channel, is writing down all my ideas in a notebook and then kind of hashing them out in the same notebook. So I'm starting that again. So like the next few videos, I've already got kind of like fleshed out about what I want to say, what I want to do, like what's the plan, like how I need to set things up. So I'm pretty excited about that. I just have to get on with doing it, you know? Stop talking, start walking, so to speak. So anyway, this is kind of like a rambly video, and I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm coming in here with the shadow. I went ahead and put the Sigma primer stuff right back on. And then hitting this with this really light, kind of glittery pink. And then I will go back in to blend it and then see how this looks. Because the thing is, like, well, you know, I was just telling you how, like, I really been sad that I haven't been doing these videos and stuff, you know, and I haven't been really doing what I like, other than, you know, like my work and stuff. But I mean, like, as far as like hobby-wise, I haven't been doing my hobbies and stuff, and just really disappointed myself for that reason. But the other thing too is, when I try to think about my husband, like, he's a very creative person too. And so we're very similar in that regard, because we get joy from like artsy type things. And I was trying to think about that. I was like, you know, that's the thing. Like, his job was very miserable. Like, it wasn't at all creative. It was just, you know, come here and talk to people on the phone and handle like customer service related items. It was just a customer service billing type of job. So it's like the least creative, least fulfilling type work, you know, really. So I could see why he'd be like, I hate this so much and all that. And then when he got fired, I was pissed initially, but like the more I think about it, I'm like, you know, the thing is, it's like he wasn't fulfilled there. It wasn't like something he ever wanted to stay there and do. He hasn't had really as much time for his business as he wants to. So I'm trying to look at the positive, like, if I were in his shoes and I was like, felt like I was being held down, like I'm not doing anything I want to do, then I could see where that would get really depressing. So I don't know. That's kind of where I am right now, state-wise, even though like the less money thing is frustrating, because it was like we were very comfortable, I felt like. You know, we were not rich by any means, but I didn't feel like I had to worry all the time, which I enjoyed. Because I have not been in a situation like that in my life. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to have a depressed husband. That doesn't help either. You know, that doesn't bring joy to anybody. Hope that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else is going through crap like this, but, you know, or similar stuff, but that's what it is. And plus it's like a time where we don't have kids at the moment, so I mean, it's probably like the only time we'll really ever be able to like just not have a job kind of thing and work through things. So I don't know. I have hope and I have faith that his business will take off, and I really want that for him. So sorry, some of these times I'm getting really quiet. It's like, I really want my mascara to be good. I feel like I went really high with this eyeshadow. I was not planning to. But like I said, good thing I didn't go in with that darker one. This one's already pretty dark, I feel like. Hope I don't have any floof under here. Ah! Quick attack! Okay. Sorry for this rambly video. Like, this wouldn't even be... I probably could have been done with the update stuff way long ago. It's more just my makeup takes me years to do. Like, I'm just so slow at it. I think it's also because I don't do makeup all the time. Like, for work, I don't really do makeup, like, ever. And when I do, people think something's wrong with me. Like, are you okay? Do you have a job interview? Like, I just assume it's something dramatic, like, because I never do. But I really enjoy doing makeup. That's the annoying part. It's like, I just don't wake up on time. And that's something I want to work on this year. Just being up more. Like, not sleeping, but I mean going to bed at reasonable hours so I can wake up at reasonable hours. You know, like normal things. Like, I feel like I'm a night owl and that's when I get most of my energy to do stuff, but the problem is, like, my job's not a night owl type job, you know? Let me see if I can find a good way to do this. The way I'm not, like, blocking you guys. But, like, I feel like, you know, because I work at 8, so that's not a night owl type position. So I have to really get on with fixing that. Because every morning I wake up super tired, like, don't even want to go to work. And that's just because I stayed up way too late. So I really need to work on that. I've been kind of getting better. Like, I'm not as bad as I used to be. I used to be like a 2 o'clock in the morning person. Like, okay, I'm gonna stay up till 2. Like, now it's pretty rare for me to stay up till 2. Like, I try to get in bed before like 1. So that's a little bit of progress, but I feel like I need to do better. And I feel like too, it doesn't help that, like, you get in bed and you're like, look at stuff on your phone and you're like, I'll just look at stuff for like a minute, not like that long, and then next thing you know, you're like, it's 2. Like, how did it get that late? It was just like 1 hour later, you know, and you haven't even shut your eyes yet. You're like, what the heck? Anyway, so that's what's up with that, you know. Alright, I think we're almost done with the look here. Like, oh, this, by the way, is the Wet n Wild Mega Length mascara. So that's what I'm using here. It's a little clumpy, but I don't really care. I just want them to be big. Like big lashes. So, I'm not that worried if they're a little clumpy. I think I'm gonna go and... Gosh, these brows, look, there's like little hairs right here I need to trim. But I can't find my trimmer right now. All I've got is this. This isn't helpful. It's the back of the trimmer. Emphasis on why there's gonna be a vanity cleanup video, because this is obscene. Like, when you guys see it, you won't believe me. It's just too much. I thought I even had it in this little holder thing, but I guess I don't. So I might not. I'll just have to be fuzzy until I can figure it out. But, I think otherwise it's not too bad of a look. I might need to tidy up a little bit around my brow, because I don't know if I want my makeup going up that high. I'm trying to tidy up, but this is a ginormous, what do they call it, a dofa or what have you, for the concealer. Oh my gosh. Let's go see if I can do a little bit of a touch-up. Well, compared to what I had anyway, I had the little, like a lipstick looking stick. Okay, where is the things that I need? I just had it, we just used it, where did it go? Oh my gosh. Like, how can you lose something in like 10 seconds? In 10 seconds of using it, it's already gone. Never to be seen again. Let's see if I can use this other brush. I'm hoping it's not got eyeliner on it or something. Okay, I think it'll be okay. It's kind of a a small little packer type brush, you see? Let's try to tidy up around the edges here. See if I can make it not as high up, because I was kind of blending it a little too long, I think, and it got kind of wild. Wasn't planning on having like just so dramatic of a mess of a makeup. Okay, that might look a little better. It's not as dramatic. It's not as dramatic. A little more toned down. I'm gonna kind of come under too, because I feel like it's tapering down a little bit, and I didn't anticipate for it to do that either. You can tell I was not paying real close attention here or something. Okay. You don't want your eyes to be saggy, ladies. No, no, no. Already got enough of that. Naturally. This is looking a lot better. Looking a little more sharp, and there we go. Okay, so there we go. We have that makeup look. I'm gonna put on a little bit of the spray. Oh, I need some some lipstick, and then we'll do spray. I think this is better. I feel like this goes better. It's like a taupe and pink combo. What do you guys think? I think this is that. I think we're gonna stick with this. These smell so good by the Lorac. I think that's what they're called. Oh my gosh, these smell so good. They smell like vanilla. Ugh. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. That's what we're doing. That's it. That's the look. Okay, well, if you've stuck to the end of this video, thank you, by the way. If you're a subscriber, thank you in general, because I don't know how I even have subscribers. Like, this year is so crazy because, like, my subscriber count went up, and I have no idea why. Like, I mean, I produced some videos that were, I mean, like, I feel like my videos were okay. They weren't, like, phenomenal, like I feel like I've been trying to do. But my view counts weren't great, but yet I have subscribers. I don't know. I can't explain it. And no, I'm not buying them because I would have bought way more if I did. But because it's not that many, but still, it's still impressive that it went up in general. So thanks you guys for subscribing, and hopefully this year will be better content for you. It won't be so hit or miss. So look out for better stuff coming your way. Sorry, this is kind of I was gonna say a not a great video to start, but at least we're back in the swing of things. We're back recording. We've got makeup on. We're trying. So, and I hope this year is better for you guys too. Just remember about taking care of yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself and you don't feel good, then you can't produce anything productive for anyone else, you know? You can't take care of your kids well if you don't feel good and stuff like that. They're just, if you're not good, then other things aren't going to be good either. So remember that, and yeah, just do your best this year. That's all we can do. I just added a little bit of a setting spray, and we're good with makeup. I will go get ready the rest of the way for my day, and thanks for watching.